Welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I uploaded here. I know it's the end of January, but Happy New Year. In this video, I wanted to talk about my New Year's resolutions, what my goals are for this year and this channel, and my art in general. Not so much resolutions, more like habits, like starting the day with half-hour warm-ups, going out of my comfort zone, stuff like that. So yeah, for this video, I decided to do some anatomy, pose, gesture studies with one of my favorite video game characters since I was a child. Also decided she fights zombies, because why not? I wanted to incorporate, draw more spooky horror stuff, so yeah. Also, I never draw fan art anymore. So for this channel, I thought I could just go all out and draw all of my favorite characters from when I was a child, from when I was a teenager, and yeah, all of those that inspired me over the last couple of years. Also, I wanted to do different challenges that are really out of my comfort zone, because this year I really wanted to focus on learning, growing, and improving my art. It's not going to be like a challenge channel. It's just about art, about having fun, finding things that make me happy and excited. Streets of Rage, man, that game. I loved that game as a kid. I'm not into beat-up games anymore. I loved them as a kid. Now it's okay. I'm more into other games now. Although I played the new one, I think it is the new one, Streets of Rage 4. I thought it was pretty awesome. The game mechanics weren't that different from what I can remember from the first one. The style has improved. I love the style. It's very cartoony. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go more stylized with these studies. I will also do some male anatomy, gesture, pose studies with the other two characters from the game, Axel and Adam, I believe they're called. Yeah, I'll be uploading those to my social media over the next days, weeks. I still have trouble with male anatomy, and I definitely want to practice this year. So for every female character I'm drawing, I will draw a male character as well. A friend of mine had a Sega, and I wanted to play this game all the time. I swear I would annoy people until we were playing it. Always felt a little ashamed of wanting to play video games though. I don't know why. I grew up with my NES Nintendo and Game Boy Color. Yeah, that's how old I am. But I was always fascinated with games and stories and characters and just everything. It's probably one of the reasons why I became a concept artist. I just love to play games. Now I'm not ashamed anymore, because everyone plays games, video games. I mean, they're just fun. Now I won't tell you how many hours I put into my Baldur's Gate 3 or my Horizon playthroughs, but yeah, they're just fun. Tried different techniques with these poses, sometimes with shapes, line of actions. I really struggled to start with the torso, because I've seen so many artists start with the torso and not the head, because the torso is like the biggest part of the body, and from there you can extend or add the limbs and the head. I really struggle with it because that artist that always starts with the head. But after some time, it did get easier. I'm still uncomfortable a bit, but it did help. Also, I always start out way too big, which I really need to work on, because the bigger the drawing, the more time it takes to finish, and I really want to get used to making smaller, quicker drawings. I also didn't want to copy everything exactly. I just wanted to stylize some parts, make everything a bit more cartoony, more comic-like. It's always a huge struggle for me to know what part of the information I can use and what I can leave out. I mean, I watched a bunch of tutorials and I tried to understand how other artists do this, and I kind of have a hard time translating that into my work, my own art. Maybe because I'm a bit stupid, I don't know. But it's kind of like a math problem. Like, you understand the logic, like the way on how to solve like the example problem, the easy problem, but then on the day of the test, there are far more complicated tasks, and suddenly you don't know how to apply that same logic problem solving way. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm bad at explaining that, but I hope you know what I mean. I always try to start with like an undersketch where I can just block in everything that I think is necessary information and just try to get the pose right and just that feel. And I always try to improve my second layer. I just tend to do it very messy. I'm just trying to put down the poses as accurate as possible. And then with the next step, I try to improve on this underlying sketch, because then I mostly see the errors and mistakes and I can immediately improve on it, which gave me a little bit of confidence. And with each drawing, I got a tiny bit more comfortable. Although I have to say I was more comfortable with the more easy poses than with the more dynamic, more complicated poses. I think you can see that as an outsider. Probably. I can see that now too. The base is always really blotchy, messy. Also, I always try to get the feet right, because like that it's believable that she stands on something, and that it kind of gives the whole pose a better footing. Is that the word? So yeah, this is where I'm currently at. I want to get better at reading what is in front of me, like get better at putting the relevant information down and leaving unnecessary information out. These also took way too long. I had to speed up the whole video a lot. I really hope to get faster and put down poses more accurate with just a few lines. That is one of my main goals this year. I always try to keep in mind, like a decade ago, I had so much trouble with drawing noses and skin, and I watched so many tutorials and I tried to understand how other artists figured that out, and someday it just clicked. Without noticing, I just drew noses and skin without hesitation. And I think I just subconsciously absorbed all of this, and through constant practice and learning, it did sink in, even though it did feel most of the time like I wasn't learning anything. So yeah, I hope this will be the same case with gesture drawings, that someday I will be able to just draw poses very quickly, put them down with a few lines, and yeah, I hope that next year around this time I will be one step closer to that goal. Another thing that I noticed is that I don't have that much trouble anymore with faces and hair. They do look quite flowy here, and I like how the faces turned out. Very, very stylish, very cartoony, like Scooby-Doo. I know, very simple, very effective though, and I like how it turned out. So yeah, I hope that will be the same case someday with poses as I have mentioned. I mean, as long as they are believable, I am okay with it. If it's not distracting from the overall image or drawing, I'm happy with how they turned out for now, so it could always be worse. Also, I was super anxious filming again and doing something out of my comfort zone. Still, voiceover is very much out of my comfort zone. I think you can hear it, but I really hope to just improve over time, and it's so much fun. I'm really happy that I did this video, and I really want to implement this into my morning routine, do some warm-up sketches, and just see where it takes me. Yeah, I noticed that my drawings are very stiff, and I really need to work on like the dynamics and the flow of the pose. Also, my line art is very, you can see, very anxious, like really short lines, and I want them to be more flowy, more soft but defined. And yeah, I hope to achieve that. I don't know, next year. Yeah, there will be some traditional sketches too. I love both worlds. I grew up a traditional artist, but I switched to digital like a decade ago. I still dabble in traditional arts, but not as much as in digital. Less paper waste. Yeah, I just want to switch it up more from week to week or month to month. I remember I had so much trouble switching from traditional to digital. I couldn't sketch on a tablet, so I had to sketch it out on paper and scan it in and trace over it in Photoshop. And now I can do both. So yeah, always have to keep that in mind, that with practice and just discipline and giving yourself breaks, and don't be too hard on yourself. Just keep going, just keep practicing and drawing, have fun, and you will improve. I always have to keep that in mind. Yeah, so we are slowly approaching the end of the video. I was in the mood to color these sketches, and I'm going to show some snippets of it, not all of them, because it's pretty much the same process with each pose. Yeah. Don't mind the zombies. I didn't have any references for them. I just drew them from imagination. I like him though. This is why I love drawing monsters and creatures and spooky stuff, because you don't really have to focus on like perfect anatomy or beauty standards or something. You can just draw whatever, however. So yeah, horror is cool. I like it. It's fun. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. What is something that you struggle with? What are you good at? What do you want to improve on? What are your goals for this year? Yeah, let me know. And if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, maybe subscribe if you like my art, if you want to support me in my work. And yeah, keep on kicking zombie ass and stay spooky, stay whimsical. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye!